So I wanted to wait until I closed on that house with my client Kat before I told you guys a story about kind of how we got to that house. Now, I looked at probably close to 50 houses. It might actually be a little bit more, but conservatively, we probably looked at 50 houses. And the dilemma we were running into with her is that she was looking at houses like 4 bedrooms, preferably. We looked at some 3 bedrooms, but preferably 4 bedrooms at around the $250,000 ballpark in Glendale, Peoria, kind of Phoenix area. Basically I-17 a little bit to the west of that, north of like Glendale. And the issue we're running into is that's a really great price point for investors. So we offered on probably, I think, 6 houses. And it was wonky because there was one day that a house came on the market. We set up the appointment in the morning to go view it in the afternoon after she got off work. And by the time we got, I was driving up there and they declined my showing. Because they went under contract, less than 24 hours. So it was crazy. And my client was an FHA loan, which means that for the deal to happen, it requires a pretty substantial concession from the seller. So the seller ends up paying all of the closing costs. And so because of that, it's not as attractive of an offer. And when you're competing against all cash or conventional financing, like full price offer with no contingencies or concessions, it was really difficult. And we put in 6 offers, all of them got declined. I did go back and look, and nothing sold for dramatically over the asking price. So we were basically just getting beat out by full price offers that had no contingencies or concessions. So my client was starting to get really disappointed. She was really about ready to throw in the towel. And this house comes on the market, and it was the layout, the floor plan, that she really, really liked. And we'd kind of decided that was, if we saw anything like that floor plan, that was going to be it. And so we saw this house, went on the market 11 or 12. We go out there at 5:30, right after she gets off work. The current owner was handicapped, and so there's a ramp, there's some grab bars in the shower, and her dad uses a walker, is pretty immobile right now, and is probably going to be relegated to wheelchair soon. Sidebar: selling a house is a business transaction. Yes, there's a lot of emotions involved in it, because a lot of times you're selling a house that maybe you brought your kids home, or maybe you raised your kids in that house. And so there is emotion involved in it, but the bottom line is it's a business decision. It's a numbers decision. If you put too much emotion into it, you either overpay for a house or it's difficult to sell. A bunch of difficulties come into play when there's too much emotion involved. However, in this case, I said, you know what? We probably need to try to engage on an emotional level, because our offer is not going to be as clean or pretty as some of the other offers, but we want to get our offer looked at. And so what I had my client do is I had her write a letter about her family situation, her dad living with her, him being handicapped, and so we wrote a full price offer with the contingency, with the concessions. It was about 2.5% concessions, and I included the letter from my client, and we got our offer accepted. And I was told later that it was purely that letter. The fact that the owner, who was handicapped, was really, really happy to help somebody else who was handicapped be able to have a place that they could easily live in. So yeah, I want to share with you guys kind of how we took a difficult financial situation, a difficult market conditions, and made it work. We got the perfect house for my client. It was the layout she first found that she loved and we offered on. So it was the layout she loved. It worked for her dad. It was a good size house, 4 bedrooms. So she and her daughter, everybody could have their own rooms. So it was a great situation once we got her in there. But in the process, it was difficult. And I share this story because, one, I want to help you guys if maybe you're in a situation where you're trying to buy and it's a hot market and maybe your offer isn't as attractive as some of the other offers, and you're not here where I can help you. Maybe you're in another state. These are some tools we can use to negotiate and to get the best outcome possible. But if you're here, if you're local, and you have a great situation, like I had my cash guy, we got his house in a very competitive market. It's all about positioning your offer, whether it's an FHA loan with a lot of concessions, whether it's an all cash deal on a super competitive price point. The bottom line is I can make a deal happen no matter what the offer, the situation looks like. Sometimes we have to get a little creative, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make sure to make what's difficult seem fluid and easy and flawless. It's why I say you deserve a better quality experience, because I think you do. And I know I can deliver because I've delivered for my clients before in almost any market financial situation. We can make it work. But bottom line is I'm just happy that she got a place that she can call home, that she can raise her daughter in, that she can care for her dad in. Just a good situation. And she grew up in rented homes her whole life, so she's kind of first homeowner, so she was pretty excited about it. So now I just need more people to do that with. Give me more people.